The second one is a platform for community development, as Haviland mentioned earlier. The first project that will be funded is a house for orphaned or homeless girls in Costa Rica.
Basically, as we have two products, we have tried to differentiate what our price strategy. In Costa Rica, we don't have, the pricing strategy is kind of tricky because the price is set. Like every year, the Costa Rican Institute of Electricity, they set a price, and it's not gonna differentiate for any other energy. So we have treated it as a commodity. And for the nonprofit industry, we were proposing on a scale categories of private donations that we could promote the donors in our webpage, or different strategies that we detail more in the paper.
And then for distribution, the plant that'll convert the waste into electricity will be located in an area that is close to an electric grid, the consumers, and also the resources or the waste. Once the electricity has been made, it'll be distributed via the electric grid, which is currently managed by the Costa Rican Institute of Electricity.
Now finally, in terms of promotion, we thought long and hard, and I mean, electricity is a commodity, so you can't really advertise that kind of commodity except, I mean, what, turn your lights on. So we really devised a social marketing strategy to show that this company and that this partnership is a national asset to Costa Rica. And additionally, we also want to attract industries and their buy-in. So we had three goals for the promotional strategy and the social marketing campaign. First was investments and participation, but ideally investments from other industries. Attention, national attention towards renewable energy, and then the trying to affect local attitudes towards children healthcare and the community services, which is where the revenues from this project are going to. So first of all, we looked at the location here, and Costa Rica is relatively homogeneous, so we didn't have to worry about standardization versus adaptation issues. Pretty standardized across Costa Rica. And then we identified three real big targets. First, the agriculture and medical industries, because they develop a lot of waste, as well as could be interested in investing in a project like this. The second was the customers of those industries, kind of a push and a pull we're looking at here. And then third, the general Costa Rican population, specifically for the social outreach that we're looking to accomplish with this campaign. Finally, how the way we're going to transmit this message. In terms of the industries, mass media is not going to doesn't really make a lot of sense, also expensive. Instead, let's go to them in terms of event sponsorships, being at their trade fairs, and as well as direct pitches to these companies. Now, on the other hand, these customers, they're a little bigger, a little wider, so we do need to kind of utilize forms of mass media to talk to them. The television industry is not as widespread in Costa Rica. There's not as much penetration, so we did look at radio, outdoor, which would be valuable, and packaging, which we thought would be a good and easy tie-in, would be on the labels of products, or help recycle, help turn this into green power. Finally, general public, again, mass media, and those methods. However, working on social issues within the country, it's going to take longer. It could take a generation or so. So slow general groundswell of trying to raise attention across the country is going to be the best way to accomplish that. Ultimately, there's a lot of advertising data out there. However, most of it is very proprietary. We do recommend utilizing a ad agency to help identify specific target markets where they want to spend money. So in conclusion, this is a company with takes municipal solid waste or trash and turns it into power, and then turns the profits from that into turns the profits of that towards social reasons. We talked about market entry, a little bit about branding, and then promotion. So thank you for all listening, and we'll look forward to any questions that you have.
Questions from the audience?
Yeah. I understand correctly, you guys said that you guys don't have control over the price of what you are selling, right?
Commodity.
Yeah. Okay. So if that's the case, do you foresee any problems as far as the margin? If this is a costly way to create electricity, is there a problem with actually being profitable?
Yeah, actually the government set a price, and they establish it every year. And so we have to be more efficient to get our product to the transmission and to the transmission of the electricity. So basically, we can have a strategy based on electricity. However, we definitely see opportunities to export electricity, and that's another alternative that it
Would you
should
be
be
under
assessed.
price constraints if you exported it or no?
It depends on each country. Like for example, if you go to Panama, it will be a different price for the electricity that you're selling.
I reviewed your marketing plan, and actually it's pretty good. Your market entry section is top notch, and your market overview section is pretty well written as well. You did your homework. What I have trouble grasping is the whole supply chain aspect of this. You say that municipalities will give the trash to Eco Planta, but how? And you said that curbside pickup will be eliminated, but don't residential homes have to be serviced by the municipality, like here in the U.S., and then trash transported to the plant? How do you do both?
First, to speak to the curbside pickup. So instead of the municipalities picking up the trash and the recycling and taking the recycling to a recycling plant and the trash to a landfill, they now just take it all together to us or to them. And so it's reducing the number of steps that they have to go through, and just making it easier for everyone.
Yeah.
Does that answer your question?
So the municipalities still do curbside pickup?
Yes, they just don't have to do recycling and the trash. They can pick it all up at once, and instead of tipping it at the landfill, they take it to the plant.
I had a question on how the fact that it is a commodity and the price is standard, how the fact that it produces a lower output of power, like how that's going to affect agencies actually wanting to purchase electricity from the company if it's a lower output of power.
Well, the power goes into the grid, so it's kind of selling it to the government, to the grid system. So it's in terms of megawatts is where the lower power output's coming from. So we're not generating as much. It's not necessarily a different quality because energy is energy, but it's essentially volume. And that's where those opportunity costs that I was talking about before represented. That answers.
Actually, another question. Is there a reason why the company is investing in other CSR programs instead of expanding this program to different countries and saying, this is our CSR program? Like, because
They actually have a similar project going on in Panama as well, so they're operating, it's not Eco Planta, but it's a similar operation in Panama. But their model essentially is to use this technology to make and use the proceeds to invest in their own initiatives in the community.
The difference or the thing here is that if you think it's like any other private company that produce their own electricity, but as it's a nonprofit, they want to use as their own community involvement, community approach, and community impact in where they are located, generating these projects. And also so the difference with a company and a nonprofit is just that you don't distribute dividends at the end. And so everything stays in the company. So you just would use the 50% of profit that the organization is going to make, and going to go 50% for the projects, for community involvement projects, and the other 50% for infrastructure. So it's going to have other impacts there.
Were you asking about the social outreach, like why that as opposed to green?
Yeah,
It happens to be a personal passion of the CEO.
Oh,
Yeah, they've lived in Costa Rica for many years. And
That's his thing
that's,
too.
yeah.
because you would think that because many countries are so dependent on coal and it's depleting
Yeah.
a lot of their rainforest and a lot of their forests, this is creating alternative energy in this way would be sufficient enough to say, okay, this can be a nonprofit and I can still do good. And that would be